Hey guys, what's going on? Brandon with Whitetail Therapy. As always, give you guys a quick rundown of my backup setup or the other stand that I run. It's one that I've ran a couple previous 3 years or so until I got last year. I picked up my Lone Wolf 0.5, and that is my Novix Hilo. So let's do a quick breakdown of what we got going on here and show you a couple of mods, but one mod in particular that I think you might really want to do. Now, mod number one, pretty basic. Shoulder straps, hip belt. Now I know with this Novix and a lot of other stands that are, it's called slightly lower end, price wise, they don't come with the best shoulder straps. But you can pick up a set of these. These are military surplus Molly 2 straps, super cheap. I think I gave 30 bucks for this entire set. So they give exceptional padding, exceptional support, almost a little too thick. It can be a little bulky and it can be a little bit warm, but in comparison to like 150 bucks for another set of something that's more high end, I wish that dog would shut up. Really can't go wrong. Now for sticks, 2-stick setup. It's the setup that I ran, and I actually still kind of prefer this. 2 full-length Lone Wolves, or now you can get Novix, still the exact same stick. I just had these for a long time. I've got a couple of little Titan straps holding them all in place right there, and I've got something, a little trick here that keeps them held in place better than anything else. If you notice here on my stand, right there, that little notch, I took a drill bit and actually drilled about a 1/4 inch recess in that particular piece of metal right there, just big enough for that bolt head right there to fit into. So what that does is it gives us a really good nesting place. So when the stick sets in there, it's nice, perfectly flush, and gives you an anchor for it to hold into place. And that way with one strap, it secures it perfectly and it's not flopping around. For the stick itself, pretty basic. Running a little bit of cheap Coban right there, help knock down some sound. Standard buckle with a yak grip on there. A yak grip, again, no smell. That was actually metal on metal, so if you want to hear a comparison, there's metal on metal with no yak grip, there's yak grip. 20-inch cableator on both sticks, and that's pretty much it. So 2 sticks, 20-inch aiders, you know, I'm getting 15 feet. Right there at 15 feet, which is basically the exact same height that I'm getting with my Lone Wolf custom gear with the 2 shorties and the 17-inch double with aiders on all 3 of those. So comparatively, it's actually a little easier to work with too, right? Running 2 sticks instead of 3. You can set your bottom stick as high as you can possibly reach the ground, and then you only got to worry about 1 stick. So as far as packing up and ascending and things, really this is a little more, it's a little easier to work with. Another mod that I did that I do not recommend for anybody else is actually cutting down my seat. So if you look at a standard Lone Wolf or Novix seat, and this is actually comes way out about 3-4 inches, probably like this area. For me personally, I found it to be too long. It kind of cut into the back of my thighs, so I actually cut this section off. Now again, I don't recommend you do that, but that's something I did for me, and personally I think it works out better. Now outside of that, cheap Coban on the cables here to help knock down some sound. If you get rubber boots on, get these rubber cables, they can kind of squeak. Do have a little bit of tape in a few contact places, like right there where the seat contacts at, so you don't have that clanking sound when it comes crashing down. But here is the most, to me, is the biggest mod that I've done that I've not seen anybody else do. And it's a real big trend now for a lot of seats, a lot of stands, to have a seat shelving mechanism, right? Some way to hold a pack or to pack out meat, and I personally do kind of like that. I don't use it really all that much, but now that I'm filming all the time, running a pack is, unfortunately, I think it's becoming necessary. I'm not a big person that runs packs. I usually don't run packs, but I think I'm going to kind of have to now. But I do have to pack out meat occasionally. But on these stands, people have rigged up ways where they've taken like a piece of paracord and tied it in the seat, and they run a little hook up here or something. Of course, all the newer stands have got bolt systems or little tab systems on the back of the seat that latch into the platform and form a shelf. But on these, what I have figured out was all these stands, the Noviks or the original Lone Wolves, run 2 of your speed buttons, right? So there's one up here and there's one at the bottom. But what I have done is I've taken the one off of the bottom and I've enlarged the hole. I think it's like a 9/16 maybe. I can't exactly remember. I think that's probably right. But anyway, it's not 9/16, maybe 7/16. Go 7/16. So I drilled the hole out through the button itself. And I drilled the hole out into the stand and I flipped the button around. So now what I have, instead of having a button on the bottom of the stand, which I would never ever use, when I collapse the seat down, I can run the strap underneath the seat, come back around to the top, turn that button right there. Now I have got a seat shelf that's literally as strong as the strap is. So I haven't seen anybody else do that, and it has worked out fantastic. This will haul meat. This will haul your bag. I mean, that thing probably will easily hold 200 or 300 pounds now. So something you may look into doing, right? Again, this should work for any, like the Hilo or the Echo or the original Lone Wolf Assaults, or got what their big stand was called now either. But any stand that's similar like this, a cast stand that has these double buttons, you take that bottom button, reverse it around. Again, you have to enlarge the hole slightly, and I believe it's a 7/16, but I can't exactly remember. But reverse it around, put it through there, cap it off, and now you got your perfect seat shelf. Anyway, guys, that is backup stand. That's what I've run for this year. This, obviously, of course, with my Lone Wolf 0.5, and season's here. Actually, it was day 1 yesterday of the season, and of course, we got a heat wave coming next week, so we don't have plans to hunt anyway for a couple more weeks. Did set yesterday, saw 1 deer, kind of wind, really walked in blind, so I'm okay with that. Anyway, guys, good luck this season. If you got any questions, give me a holler. See you.